I like the way they did it. They ended up doing it because they were raised from birth by someone who was raising them specifically to stop crime and stop the end of the world and stuff like that.
Right.
So,
did he have any inclination that there was an end of the world thing? Because one of the things I thought was charming.
That would be a spoiler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because what I thought was charming was him trying to set up like a superhero team when like
that's what I thought too.
It's ridiculous.
Right.
Like superheroes themselves are ridiculous, and his idea for one was bad too.
They explain themselves pretty well.
Okay.
Actually, throughout, and you don't get those. I mean, this is where I was going to build off of what you said, because you said you weren't that drawn in the first couple episodes. And what I wanted to say about that, because it kind of goes with what my opinion of it, my only negative that I felt like was with the show was that it was a slow burn in the first 3 or 4 episodes.
Oh yeah.
And what it's really good at doing is keeping the mystery. And that mystery was the only thing that kept me watching, because I felt almost frustrated that I wasn't getting enough information from the show. Like I didn't have enough information about the characters, the plot, what they were going to do, what was going on. Like there's so many questions at the beginning of the show that it's almost frustrating, because they give you small spoonfuls at a time.
Yeah.
But it was just enough to keep me going. And it was barely, and that's why I'd say it's the only negative I have, because I almost stopped watching it. But if you do stick with it, it's so rewarding once you finally get to those later episodes.
Okay, I might watch the rest of it tonight. Was it 8 episodes?
10.
10.
Yeah. So
and I watched 2.
Yeah.
So
8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah, I don't know if
Just
you did
that instead of sleep.
Right. Yeah. You got it. Well, we actually finished it last night, and I thought we only had 2 episodes left, but we had 3. So I was like, it was a little. But it wasn't too late. But it was I don't know. It was really rewarding. I really liked the end of it. I think there's clearly going to be a second season.
Okay.
So I think it's going to get a lot of.
Did number 1 get his monkey body in the process? Because like I'm learning a little bit about the comic or the webcomic.
He has it already.
That's his monkey body?
Yeah.
That's not his monkey body.
They didn't. I don't think they wanted to try to cross that particular CG line.
So make a costume.
That is his costume. It's under his.
No, I get he's wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
But like.
But they don't know. None of the other.
It's like an interface. There's like tubes and stuff because it's supposed to.
Look I saw the picture.
Like a hack job.
I saw the picture.
A little bit.
I kind of like.
As hacky as a working body transplant can be.
Right. But I kind of like what they did in the show, because I knew very little about the Umbrella Academy going into the show, and having had that experience, and not knowing what to expect. I like that more grounded version just for the live action show. It's just easier to digest.
You know, after Doom Patrol, I'm like ready for them to like throw anything up on the screen.
I was reading.
It's fine.
I was reading a headline, and apparently Doom Patrol gets really weird, like really, really weird.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna finish watching.
I guess it better like.
But I guess to put a little more into the Umbrella Academy talk here, I was surprised at how much I really liked it. And this is done, if you don't know, Gerard Way is one of the writers on it. I'm sorry, he partnered with someone else when he created the comic, but he's the guy from My Chemical Romance.
Right.
He's the lead singer there. And he's been into comics, I think, even before he was in the band, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why being in a band would get you into comics, so.
Right. It doesn't necessarily. Yeah. But I've never read any of his comics. This is the first one, and I still haven't read one.
Is this his only comic?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think he's done some other ones. I remember hearing about him doing comics back when the early days of the band.
I will say, like, because I went ahead and bought. I bought. It says on the front, biggest thing on it is the Umbrella Academy issue 1.
Oh, okay.
It is not.
Oh, really?
The fine print underneath the Dark Horse logo, it says Hotel Oblivion. So it's number 1 of the Hotel
series.
Oblivion.
Yeah.
I
would like to start reading it now.
It's not, as far as artistic stylings is concerned, it's not something that I would seek out based on that merit. The writing is interesting enough.
The writing, if the show is any indication, it's really good.
I mean, you're picking it up in a very for Hotel Oblivion #1, you're picking it up in a very lived-in world. So like there's relationships and things that have happened. You know, Spaceboy with his monkey body, and some people are old, and it's like super weird. And everything is super duper crazy. Like the theming, comparing the 2 hours of what I've seen at the Umbrella Academy versus a 122-page comic book, the show is way reined in.
I'm hoping it just becomes just crazier. I'm hoping they're easing us into it because it's been a pretty grounded show so far. There are some supernatural elements. There's messing with time and space and all kinds of stuff.
Well, I mean, even the first episode, you get Tentacle Boy,
right,
destroying people.
And that was one of the weirdest things. But I think they did it really well in the show. It's like they don't ever. Well, I don't know even if it's revealed in the first 2 episodes. Klaus's deal.
Which one's Klaus?
Klaus is the one with the pink umbrella. I don't remember what number he is.
What's his power?
He can see the dead.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's the addict, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they got into it, but I love. Okay. Anything else? Like what I really love about the show is that it is a great character piece in that it really spends a lot of time on those characters and developing them throughout the 10 episodes.
I hope so, because that was actually one of the things that I disliked about them. They seem to have trademark personality traits.
Right.
And this is what we're going to talk about and do and beat that dead horse for a while.
And then they do beat that dead horse for a while because the thing is they're all dealing with the way that they were raised, right? They all didn't adjust to it very well, with the exception of #1, at least in the first few episodes. Like he's the golden boy, right? So, but everyone has dealt with their upbringing in a different way. I mean, you imagine that you're born and then bought by a billionaire. I think he's a billionaire. And then all of a sudden you begin your training immediately into being a superhero, and it's very strict regimen.
And also really weird, like antisocial behavior,
right?
Like no speaking during meals,
right?
That's like counterintuitive to the human condition almost entirely.
That's why we have meals together.
Yeah, well, we have meals together, and we have it's a trust thing,
right?
And it's also how we also share with one another because it's an evolutionary trait for us to keep one another alive because humans thrive in packs, in groups, in gangs.
Right.
Not gangland. I don't. I was thinking like a gang of orangutan. Anyway, but you know, we break bread with one another not only to share and keep everybody healthy, but also as like part of a societal trait, which is society grew the way that it did because of our evolutionary traits. We also want to eat the same stuff everybody else is eating, to make sure that it's safe.
Right. Absolutely. But before we get on off a survival tangent, so I get what you. Okay, so some of their character flaws and the way their personalities can be annoying because they're very prominent and they're very in your face about them and they're constantly making stupid mistakes because of their character flaws.
I mean, it's just that they feel shallow.
Right, they do. They feel very one-dimensional.
Yeah, when compared to just that one trait.
But they're not one-dimensional, but it takes a little while for those dimensions to kind of start showing.
Okay.
But it's I would say stick with it. If you haven't watched it yet, I definitely think you should try to give it a shot.
You should definitely give it 4 hours before you decide.
Right. Yeah, it's probably true.
Which honestly, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say strike 2. I am. You got to give 4 hours of your time before it starts getting good. Maybe it's not good. Maybe you're used to it.
Maybe. But you said strike 2, and you need 3 strikes to be out. I don't think there's going to be any more strikes if you continue to watch it.
All right.
After 4 hours.
I don't like the British, so.
Oh.
Cricket. I don't know if that's how you're out in cricket.
I don't know.
Do you say the word?
Cricket, you're out!
Cricket is every word in that game. Here, pick up the cricket and hit the cricket before the cricket catches the cricket. Now, cricket over to the cricket. What do you mean?
Where are we going with this?
Instructions were unclear. Took pants off. I'm glad you like that one. I'm going to take another. victory sip before.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Did you really figure it out? I don't know if
I'm just sucking hard.
sucking hard, making it work.
Yep. That's my motto.
Okay.
I live by those words.
Johnny.
Yes.
What would you like to talk about next? How long have we been going? I'm always curious about how long we've been
a little over half an hour.
to keep the charade up. All right. What's number
Star
2?
Wars or Marvel?
Star Wars.
It's the same thing.
It is. Okay.
Okay. Excuse me. There were some things that came out. I saw this recently. There was a.
I can see myself. That's why.
Oh,
I'm
stop.
always primping.
He's actually on more than
America.
one screen.
It's heaven.
So it's been known for a long time that that Disney World and Disneyland are getting new Star Wars exhibits, like really large chunks of land that are becoming
sure.
Star Wars lands or whatever they're called. Actually, calling it Galaxy's Edge. That's the theme park. There's been some more details that they've talked about recently about these, and they showed some footage of or pictures of what they're developing so far, and what it may look like and where they're at right now. It looks pretty impressive. There's a lot of construction.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Disney World always knocks it out of the park.
That was a good zinger. I like that one. So something that's really interesting that's coming out of this is that there's some of the details are coming out where it's going to be one of these, like, it's almost going to be like, kind of like a Renaissance festival, except for more true to...
The Renaissance?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is,
How did we get here?
hold on,
Did I miss something?
hold on. What I mean by that is that the actors and they're trying to make it immersive. So
But not Renaissance. Star Wars.
right.
Okay.
I was trying to make it a comparison.
Okay.
It fell flat. Sorry, but like the people, all the actors and stuff that'll be there in the park that are working there, they're going to be in character.
Uh-huh.
They're going to treat you like Star Wars characters. Even the rides are going to be pretty immersive. They're not going to be selling like French fries and calling them like I don't
Darth
know.
Taters.
Yeah, Darth Taters. Yeah, they won't be doing that. They're going to be trying to make it as real as possible, or reasonably possible.
I guess, yeah.
So, and that's just news. But I wanted to segue that into. I wanted to ask you a question.
Okay.
What other franchises or properties would you think deserve? Well, for one, would make sense as a theme park.
Barbarella.
2.
Barbarella. Go on.
2. Which one did you personally, like, just being completely greedy, would you want to see
Okay.
as a theme park?
It wouldn't be okay. So, deserving is a strong word.
Sure.
So I'm gonna say what I think would like be successful.
Okay, that's what I mean. Kind of.
Like for a second, because when you were talking about immersion, it reminded me of something that they used to have a long time ago in Vegas called the Star Trek Experience, and they had like Quark's Bar, and you could go to the Bridge of the Enterprise and stuff like that.
That sounds very cool.
Yeah, and like there were Borg like waiters and stuff like that, and they'd have to be in character.
I love it.
My mind went to Star Trek, but no. The Orville, maybe. That might have some chance of being successful.
Yeah.
But I don't think it has that mass appeal yet.
Sure.
Put me on the spot here.
That's the thing.
How I Met Your Mother?
No.
Okay.
No. That's called New York. This is the downside of not having you prepared.
Exactly. So I am gonna go ahead and say that the individual franchise.
Okay, hold on. Let's hold on.
Okay, I'll do greedy first.
Yeah, do that. If you know that
I
one,
know greedy
do
already.
Do it.
Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
Because you can self-stylize and you have a ninja, have
I can already see it.
Martial arts warrior
They'll have at
character.
Yeah, but at the gift shop, they'll have they'll sell like little foam hats that just look like Goku's hair.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Dragon Ball Xenoverse games where you get to make your own.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but they would have like different kinds of Saiyan armor that you could pick up.
So many puffy pants.
Cosplay contests.
Yeah.
Maybe even some martial arts competitions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you can hide Dragon Balls all around the park. That might be something that you do on your phone, kind of a Pokemon Go style.
Maybe.
Because I was thinking, okay, they have no value unless you get all 7.
Sure.
But then people are like, they'll still pick up a 1 ball and have a bunch of them and sell them.
Right.
So you're probably on your phone.
Right.
Which that's genius because.
Well, once you get them all, then you get like a prize, and that could be a Dragon Ball, like you take home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is that you could have an app that is the Dragon Ball sensor, Bulma's Dragon Ball sensor from the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That would be fun. That'd be pretty interactive. Yeah, I like that.
And you, so that it's not constant. Like you would get alerts from Shinron that are like the Dragon Balls have returned to your reality, and that's like okay, there's stuff going on right now.
Yeah.
And like for the next 10 minutes, and you look for Dragon Balls.
Yeah. That sounds actually a lot of fun. Like, huh?
That'd be mine.
Yeah. So, okay, since you're having trouble with the other one, let's do this.
Okay.
Let's play this. I'm just gonna start listing different properties, different things, and you can tell me yay or nay, and you can finally find your perfect one.
Because, like, honestly, like when it comes to right down to it, stuff that has mass appeal that doesn't already have this kind of thing, not a huge number of them, but go on.
Yeah. But some of them are like maybe only in Japan or whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't understand. Well, they probably have something already.
Okay.
Like the Marvel superheroes will probably already have one.
Yes, they have. They have
something
Superhero Island, something like that in Universal Studios.
DC, I don't know if this DC superheroes do.
The DC products.
It's Warner Brothers. They usually do stuff at
Six Flags.
Or and I think they've had some stuff at Universal, but not in a whole park.
No. Which the DC superhero lineup. I mean, if we're going for something like you're describing, DC works.
Yeah, it can. Pokemon already has one coming.
Okay.
Ninja Turtles. Like Sewerland.
No, creatively, it's not. It's a little barren.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that everybody knows about TMNT is the sewer system and pneumatic tube lines of New York City.
Yeah.
And the city itself.
Yeah.
And like all the really interesting stuff that nobody knows about.
Yeah. Capcom Island.
No.
No.
Nintendo does.
Nintendo?
Yeah.
Nintendo could very well do that.
Actually, they could literally just do Super Smash.
Yeah?
Yeah, so that way it makes sense for all these. You know what? They should take the Super Smash idea, where it's a very thinly veiled idea to bring these characters together, and do the same thing for a theme park. Like, there could be a whole story. And they can make it a game.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, we made Dragon Ball Z a game.
Right.
So we made Dragon Ball Xenoland a game.
How about
Okay. With you so far.
Power Rangers?
Yes.
It had to be a certain scale for it to even last. Like that I don't think the money's there.
No, it's not.
But it would be fun.
It would.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of thing. You see, the stuff that I would want to happen in this park, because I'm always thinking like how it's a game, how it's immersive, et cetera, et cetera. So like you should get like a special wristband that tells you your color at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
So like if there's a monster or like if a monster actor comes up to you, you need to in the crowd like find the 4 other colors and be like, brah!
Yeah.
And like they'd have sparks in their suits and stuff.
Nickelodeon.
No. Like specific properties in Nickelodeon, but only if I'm being greedy.
Right. Sure.
Like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
But that's just for being greedy.
Okay. How about
Avatar: The Last Airbender would actually be a better park than DBZ, but it wouldn't be as much fun.
What about Cartoon Network?
Just as it's,
They're just. I mean, it has a history.
I mean, so we've got Steven Universe and Adventure Time, which I kind of lumped together because of Rebecca Sugar. And then
You have an adult portion of the website. The theme park. The theme park would have an adult area.
When you say adult area, it won't be a real adult area.
No. But there's gonna be some cussing.
Yeah. When it comes to adult areas, 2 things I need: cussing and cousins. You feel me?
I feel you.
Don't.
Okay.
We're red versus blue today.
Oh yeah, we are. Ah, you win.
Oh, this is your bad arm.
No. I'm all healed up.
Okay, I
I'm
was
all healed
editing
up.
some videos.
No, I think it was this one.
No, it
was
wasn't.
this one?
Yeah.
Oh no, that would be where I got my shot.
Okay.
And that's why it was
No,
off.
you said you slept wrong.
Oh, well, that was
Okay.
this one.
Okay, Cartoon
Anyway,
Network.
Cartoon Network.
Okay.
I mean, SWAT Cats alone. No, I'm kidding. But SWAT Cats.
Okay, so it's anything that's owned by the Turner Vault?
That's what I'm saying. Like anything Cartoon Network. If they don't own the property,
I think of cartoons.
that's not okay. What I'm saying is it's in a bigger umbrella than that because if you are a big enough property and you've been aired on Cartoon Network and that's what made the people know what the cartoon is, I imagine there would be deals that they would want their cartoons a part of the theme park.
Yeah.
Like you could even have Boomerang and like the old school cartoons, the Hanna-Barbera stuff.
There's
the
also
Flintstone area.
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans, yeah.
It's
It's a big, if you think about it in that perspective.
Okay, so one thing that Star Wars has these guys is a unity, a consistent theme.
Sure.
Where if we take something as nebulous as just like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, then it's hard to develop a whole world.
Sure.
Nintendo does it because they endlessly stack these characters on top of one another on purpose, or you can bring them all together under the idea that it's just a video game, and so characters can come in and switch over anyway.
Let me throw another one at you.
Okay.
The Simpsons.
No, completely played out. It's just
Old.
old. When is the last time you watched an episode of The Simpsons?
I didn't like it when it was popular.
Yeah, it was never that funny.
I never thought so.
It could be creative, it could be insightful, it could be edgy.
Yeah, it did a lot of things. Actually, in my very young ages, I was not allowed to watch it because when it came out, it was like, oh, The Simpsons. It's pushing the envelope.
Yeah, I had friends who couldn't watch it.
Just wait a few years.
Yeah.
South Park, all right, South Park.
I would sooner go to Bob's Burgerland.
It's more topical.
I think it's richer in fun stuff to do and characters. There's specific restaurants. There's specific video games. There's a theme park on the wharf.
See, it would be cool. It would be cool if certain cartoons kind of teamed up, and made a thing that way. Mm-hmm. Not, you wouldn't have to go so broad as say Cartoon Network, like the entire thing, but like Bob's Burgers and Adventure Time and maybe some of the superhero ones that were popular right now, and they did something.
Among them, I think DC is probably
as far as the cartoons go.
No.
Are you talking about all the different ideas we've had?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think a DC world is
Yeah.
probably the one that has the most traction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because it is concise, but there is a large range of characters. You can have, if you were going to build in a singular theme park based upon it, whereas the Star Wars thing is just an addition to a much larger park. If you were building it as just a park.
Well, here's an idea.
You can have Themyscira, Gotham, Metropolis, Keystone City.
Yeah.
The Moon.
Yeah. Because now I'm thinking of studios, because Universal Studios is a thing. So now I'm thinking, like, what other studios?
Miramax. We absolutely need Goodwill Hunting, the ride.
Isn't that where... Was it Miramax that did Clerks?
I think so, maybe.
Well, which one was what's his face? The guy who was touching people a lot.
Huh?
What's his name? They're brothers.
You're gonna have to get specific. You mean touching people inappropriately?
Yeah. The guy who started the
now it's bad
basically the Me Too movement.
The
Harvey Weinstein.
Okay.
The Weinstein Company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you saying that's your pitch?
No.
Harvey Weinstein, the ride.
I was trying to make sure Miramax wasn't the same thing. But they're two different things. What's another one? Who did Rambo?
I don't know.
I'm wondering what other stuff.
Oh, Ryan. You know what? Let's just.
Oh, just throw it out there.
Yeah, let's just shell out a bunch of dead properties. I need the full Three Amigos experience.
Because if they're still doing like certain stuff.
Wrong ball. With a Q.
Films, Wikipedia, studio. Producers. Okay, that's producers.
Rambo. Open parentheses. Franchise close parentheses. Is there anything grosser? Really?
Oh, there's a bunch of. They did some comics of Rambo.
Yeah, because like it became this whole thing, and honestly, we could talk about this a little bit. I didn't know. I think I may have heard that this was happening. It was an inkling of it. But Lionsgate. Okay. My brother brought it back to my attention that they want to do a
Rambo 5?
not Rambo 5, but probably.
They are.
Oh God.
Oh, I forgot to put. Oh, we could have talked about Hellboy today. A new trailer came out. It was a Red Band trailer.
Don't want to watch it?
Yeah. So wait. So Hellboy's in Lionsgate. So Lionsgate can open up their own theme park, and they'd have John Wick in Hellboy. What else do you need? Oh, and Robin Hood, the one with the guy from that other thing, the British guy from Kingsman.
Kevin Costner, yes.
Yeah. Oh, they have Twilight.
No, what my brother was telling me was that they want to make a Watchmen television series, or they're going to.
I heard the rumors of that because they did that. Someone did a goofy little trailer.
You mean the Saturday morning cartoon?
Of Watchmen.
Yeah, is that what you're talking about?
The little trailer. That wasn't supposed to be serious, but
was it a Saturday morning cartoon with like a theme song and everything?
Yeah,
that was years ago.
I know.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Someone did that. I'm saying it's not related to the real thing.
Okay.
I'm saying someone did that, and it sounds like someone thinks that's a good idea and is going to go for it.
Okay.
I don't think they're going to do exactly that. Hopefully, it's more serious.
Hopefully, it never gets off the ground.
You're just hoping it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, like.
I mean, they've done serious cartoons before. I mean, there's been some good DC projects.
No. Actually, I'd love to see it as I'd love to see a new series cartoon, but make something new. And like, it's nothing against Watchmen. I like Watchmen, but there's no reason for there to be more of it, because like seeing the fact that Rambo has a franchise, Rambo was never supposed to be a franchise. Like never ever.
Who? Rambo?
Yeah.
Oh, are you still talking about Rambo?
Yeah, I'm talking about them both. This idea that we have to turn everything into serial storytelling. Yeah. Stories like Rambo and Watchmen are meant to stand alone.
No, that's right to a point. But the thing is money.
No, I get it.
Like, if there's a successful movie, they want to make a sequel because they're just going to milk it for all it's worth.
Maybe this is less of an indictment of the market and more of the fans. So I don't know. Of it. I don't like. Rorschach's cool, but Rorschach needed to die.
Yeah, he's dead. He's not coming back.
You know, the only reason that Ozymandias is the savior of the Earth is because he's also its most he's also its most notorious terrorist ever. Mm-hmm. Like it was trying to disillusion us, and there's no way to sustain that over like 3 seasons of, you know, what really happened at the Kennedy assassination. Who knows? Like, just why? And, like, the same was true with Rambo. Rambo was a story about this guy with PTSD that didn't really fit back into the modern world, and he wound up hurting some people, and they had to talk him down. And there was this whole thing, and then for the second, they were like, let's go back to Vietnam! Like,
Vietnam!
Nonsense. And, like, I'm just expecting the Watchmen series to be the same thing. It's like, oh, let's use John's time travel. We'll use time travel and we'll go back and we won't have all the explosions, but we'll save everybody in the right way. Oh no, time travel's a problem. It's not the point.
You're right.
It had a point, and you're moving further away from it. The more you make it. Watchmen was a deconstruction of superheroes.
Can I go back to the Lionsgate theme park?
Yeah.
How to Be a Latin Lover. I mean, come on. And a Medea family funeral.
For people to get the references, they need to have seen the movie. I'll say that right now.
That's true. You should have just the B movie section of the park where you can learn about the movies.
It's just a museum.
Oh, American Psycho.
Oh, good.
Oh, I saw Hellfest. It wasn't great.
You need to stop looking at Lionsgate.
Power Rangers.
That's all you do. Power Rangers.
Okay, sorry, I'm done.
All right. But there was this other thing you wanted to get into.
Another topic?
I thought.
Yeah, there's another topic.
Okay.
Marvel Comics is going under.
It is going under.
It's all over.
There's inklings.
It's all over. It's done. They've pulled the plug. That's not true. No, but the headline for the article everyone was talking about did say that. And then in the article that said they walked it back a little bit.
How far back?
Disney is considering axing it.
Oh, I would have cut that cancer out a while back.
Because it's actually a failing.
Yeah.
It's in which we all knew that comics have been failing for a while.
It's just like comics were in their heyday when kids were buying them.
Right.
And that's just not.
And they were 10 cents.
Well, no, like even when I was a kid.
I'm kidding, but yeah, they have been 10 cents, but either way, yeah,
like,
you're right. In the 90s and 80s, they were pretty popular.
I think they were about $1.50 each.
Yeah.
And the thing is that today they're somewhere between 8 and 2.
Yeah, usually 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, mine are usually 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Between 3, I see a lot of $3.99. I don't see a lot of $2.99, but yeah, $3.99 and up to 8.
But the thing is that they used to have this mass appeal because that's where we considered to get like the real Batman story or the real Spider-Man story. And kids would buy them to read them because they were invested in the stories. And it's kind of a tradition from the 80s and 90s. It's not really a tradition today. It's just something that older guys who used to do it when they were kids still do it for nostalgic reasons or because they're still interested in the character. And it won't really make money. It doesn't really make money because it's children's media marketed towards adults.
Right.
And as a result, it's niche.
Yeah. And I guess you really answered my question because my question was, is Marvel Comics too important to fail?
No. Nothing is.
Now, here's the thing, though. I understand how people, even though they don't read comics, feel like a world where Marvel is not making comics is a weird world in which just to live. And yeah, it would feel weird. But everything goes through a transition.
For like a week.
Right. But what's not out of the question, even if the actual publishing side of Marvel goes under, that I don't think that the creative side of the comics would necessarily. Those characters would still have to live in the pages of comics. They would just
pages of IDW.
They would just be published by a different company. Yeah. And I think what we're going to see in the future of comics, I don't know if it'll ever, in our lifetime, completely go away. I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is there's probably going to be smaller publishers that will survive because they are small and they live small and they know that world, and then their competition, the bigger competition, just is not going to sustain itself, and they'll be able to publish those heroes. And I think they'll probably only have 2 or 3 publishers in a few years.
Well, that's the indie crowd today in a nutshell.
Yeah.
You know, there's hundreds and hundreds of organizations, loosely knit organizations that are releasing online through crowdfunding campaigns, and they're also doing web comics so that they don't have the crushing distribution costs, and also they don't have to deal with Diamond.
Yeah, which is terrible.
Yeah, Diamond is it Diamond Publishing or Diamond?
I think it's Diamond Publishing.
Yeah, who they actually have the same distribution model as like your average crack dealer, where like your local comic book store is the crack dealer, and Diamond is the organized crime family who has the crack.
Yeah,
and they sell
Diamond Comic Distributions.
Yeah. They sell directly to the comic book stores.
Right.
And the comic book stores have to buy on spec.
This sounds similar to the problems that have been for years with the brewing industry.
Yeah.
Because they have to work legally by a 3-tier process, so they have to deal with distributors, and they're terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And today, this is why isn't going to feel that weird. You know, the name on everybody's lips is the Umbrella Academy, and that started off as a webcomic. You know? These aren't bad things. They're actually good things because what's good for the market, Johnny?
Competition.
And
yeah, mostly that's true. And I think we are probably moving closer to more of a digital version of comics. And I think that's eventually gonna. It just hasn't.
It has to be.
It has to be because you feel like that has to be the evolution of the medium. Just science and technology.
Not necessarily due to science. There's backwards, like we use backwards technology every day.
No, I know.
There's no reason for your phone to be so fragile. There's not.
Right. No,
for example.
Yeah, you're absolutely. The reason it is because people want to make money and they want you to buy another one. So what I'm saying is, it just comes. It comes to reason that eventually, as we become. Everything becomes digital, and we live in more of a digital age, and everything print is going away. They say it all the time in the office. It's endless paper in a paperless world.
Yeah.
But my point is that I've done that. I've read comics.
I thought you meant your personal office.
No. The Office.
Okay.
Yeah, with Dwight Schrute. I don't know why I tried to say it that way, but I used to read comics on a tablet, and it was a little frustrating at times. But that may have just been the tablet itself. But I feel like if there was a better reader for comics and it was more natural and it felt better, I would do that all the time.
What if it was like in Big? Remember the movie Big?
I do remember the movie Big. Are you talking about the virtual reality machine he was in?
No.
Wasn't he? Didn't he do that? Do the headset? Or that was
Yeah, but you didn't see inside of it.
Oh, okay.
I think that may have been like a special laser tag he was playing. But his big idea, his big pitch was a comic book that changed based upon decisions you make.
That's cool.
And so they didn't realize it at the time. I don't know if they really thought out exactly what this hypothetical toy would be, but they invented the tablet computer. And then, that's what it was. Because Star Trek didn't quite, because like only one thing would be on the tablet at a time. Which
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that was weird.
But honestly, I only see the necessity for digital in so much as the appropriate distribution model for the medium. Because, let alone, it being accessible to kids, because I think of comic books as largely being children's media. It's for all ages. Some of it is straight up adult. But like a big part of the market that goes largely untapped is youth. And let alone just comic books, most people get everything that they read on their phones. So it's the way that it should move forward. And it's the only way to save it, because it's in the dark ages,
Yeah.
It currently is your newspaper.
Right.
And comic books were originally newsprint because that's where people were going.
Right.
They sold comic books where people were, and they don't sell comic books where people are anymore. They sell them in like these
Specialty shops.
specialty shops, and they have a tendency to be a little creepy.
a little sweaty.
Yeah.
A little smelly. I love my comic book shop though. And luckily they sell a lot more than comic books, so they won't go out of business if comics go under.
What they do, Pokemon?
Oh, Pokemon, board games,
Yeah.
the tabletop Warhammer.
That's right, you do Dragon's Lair.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
you
do
got,
everything.
You got like a chain.
I love it.
I got a mom and pop. Dimensions Comics.
As far as chains go, though, it's a smaller chain. The only other ones are in Austin, and like one in Dallas. Yeah.
Really, it's not Nation at all?
No, it started in Austin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I went to the original?
That's what I understand. I could be wrong, but that's what
I think you're a straight up liar.
I'm a straight up liar. No, that's not true. Because if you go to their website, it only has like the only couple. I'm sorry, dead air, but I really wanted to prove you wrong.
Well, my thing about
Yeah, Austin's the original. There's only 4.
a world without Marvel Comics, which by the way, DC's on the ropes too. They just did.
Oh, of course.
They just did a bunch of layoffs.
Yeah.
What affects one will affect the other in this case. But I would actually be excited to see a superhero or a superhero storyline that was actually made for the movies. I think that there's a little bit of a disconnect.
Wait. Are you saying you want to see a superhero story that's made fresh, new, never been in the comics before?
It's a new character.
New storyline.
Yeah.
Oh, new character. Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. Well,
That's
technically,
almost what Kick-Ass was, but he basically were making a book and already made the movie rights deal, I think, right when they were writing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see something that's particular to the cinema so that it can inhabit it. It can inhabit itself a little bit better.
Yeah.
Which is what I was thinking, actually partially while I was watching the Umbrella Academy, although it didn't have anything to do with the Umbrella Academy.
Man, I haven't been looking at see if anyone's talking to us at all.
Yeah, that's just Facebook going off on me. Anything, Jornby?
Anything.
Did anybody say anything?
Oh no, I don't see any words.
Absolutely anything?
Well, I mean,
Have you seen that movie yet?
What movie?
It's called Absolutely Anything.
Why is this on Asian Gym? Oh, I was probably showing somebody something.
Asian Jim is a thing from The Office, in
It
case
is.
anybody was...
It is. In
In case you were talking... People thought you were just talking about your webcomic.
Uh-oh. It ended for your mom at 24:40.
I told you there was something screwy.
It's still going.
Okay.
We're really fuzzy, but that just maybe the stream.
Bean pants. Sup?
Oh yeah.
You know, he can just watch the show.
Yeah, you can.
And that's how he'll react to us. Look how blurry we are, man. We're still super blurry.
Yeah, sometimes it's the stream itself. Like it would.
Okay. Nevertheless, we can't end the show on such a somber note. Johnny, is there anything you'd like to tease or you'd like to wrap up?
Yeah, I got T-shirts I'm making.
Oh, Johnny's making T-shirts. I want to talk about T-shirts for a second.
Big whoop.
Big man with the T-shirts.
But yeah, that's what I was doing in Adobe Illustrator.
Do you have the ability to pop them up right here on the live stream?
Hey.
Like, yeah, look at what I'm selling.
Maybe.
Of course, they could just start their own TeePublic and steal your idea.
Yeah, they could.
So we're gonna have to be sure to wave our arms a lot. Oh, can somebody who also does TeePublic make a shirt like one's Johnny's design up there, like, but also I'm in it, like just like this. Man, Facebook, what do you want? Okay. While Johnny is doing that, I am going to reveal to the folks at home the best way to drink your R2-D2 Fruit Punch drink from Good to Grow. You should take off the stupid R2-D2 cap and drink it thusly.
Drink it thusly. What is the best?
Just like in the real Star Wars, you should get rid of R2-D2 and replace it with BB-8. That's what the boys like.
I got it. Look.
Ow! My shirt pulled my neck hair. Huh.
Oh, that's not cool.
You got it?
I'm trying to move it. Oh, yeah.
Oh boy. Are you going to ruin everything?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
Because I feel like you're ruining it.
I'm putting the URL.
Oh my god, they can't click that.
No, but they can copy it.
No, they can't. Because it's video, not text.
Yeah, but they can write it down.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Oh boy.
The best way to do it is just go to TeePublic and actually search Johnny Dim, which is the last part of this.
I meant one of your designs.
Oh.
Oh boy, Johnny, you should give up on this.
No.
Not on TeePublic. Keep doing it, but as far as all right. As always, this is your one-stop shop for geeky, nerdy news around the internet for the Houston area and indeed the world. If you enjoyed this, we broadcast on a lot of different platforms, and each one of them has a way to contact us, show your appreciation, and get news from us. Basically, a like, comment, and subscribe for the different versions. iTunes, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you are, please do those things. It really does help us out. And also, if you're enjoying this, spread the word. Start a watch party.
Oh God.
Everybody, boy, just killing it.
It's way too big.
Yeah, I bet.
Because it's a high. I'll take it away.
Okay.
I'll take it away.
Right.
But it's a very high resolution image, so I apologize.
And until next time, I do think it is indeed time to say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
We should end it.
Right now?
Yes.